Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Bell. I'm a certified public accountant. I'm a long-term Boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser, which this freaking fat slob made fun of, and it really hurt my feelings. And kind of a hater of the Apefather. Now, I don't think he's necessarily an evil man at heart. He probably has some, fraudulent intentions, in my opinion, with his Ape Island and his t-shirts, and oh my god, all the crap that he tries to hustle on his fans. He's grifting off the AMC movement, which a lot of these clowns are. But he recently made a video about me where he said Strongman Finance, he doesn't get my freaking name right, Strongman Personal Finance, whatever, thinks AMC apes are the dumbest investors on earth. I mean, first of all, you're not investors, okay? And second of all, yeah, I think you are dumb. If you actually understand what you're doing, if you're risking your entire financial future on a dying theater company and just praying that a short squeeze is going to save you, you're dumb. You're stupid, okay? And if you actually listen to me, you might actually fix yourselves. I'm talking to you AMC clowns that listen to this idiot. If you listen to what I have to say, you might actually fix your financial lives and actually build a bright financial future for both you and your family. I know you think I'm the bad guy. This is the true grifter right here. But I watched this video, and, he makes fun of my book and whatever. But what the video does is it shows a window into what he is, which I always talk about two different types of people. There's rich winners, people that live below their means, max their tax advantage accounts, have high paying jobs, very high skills. And then you have people that, don't really have a lot of skills, they're not really successful, they don't have a lot of money saved up, and they're desperate. They're desperate to do anything to solve their problems. And what this AMC movement does is it sucks in that second group of people. People that are, having a hard time, that are, down financially. They see this AMC movement and they think this movement, this stock, this MOASS is going to, fix all my problems and I'm going to be rich and, pay off my debts and whatever. Now, Apefather, I don't know much about his finances, but I suspect that he struggles financially. Why? Because he's a massive spender. He is the definition of a broke loser, okay? Even if he has money in his bank, his mentality on money defines him as a broke loser. So we're going to watch this video, and I'm going to give some commentary, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, how I think he's just a sad, desperate man that is holding on to AMC as his last hope to save him from a life of financial ruin. And I think he's made a massive mistake I think he's put all his money into this stock. Oh God, let's watch.
Advice, I'm not a financial planner, I'm an entertainer. The one and only Apefather in the house. Wow! The Hulk, baby. Teddy Zane, I gotta do it, man. 300 pounds. That's the offer Teddy made me. So we'll knock off 100 pounds from 400 to 300. I got until May. I'm gonna make that happen.
Is he 400 pounds? I mean, I can see it, but holy crap. I guarantee you this man has never seen the inside of a gym. The only time he would go into a gym if it had a freaking McDonald's in the back of it, and then he'd freaking take it to go. Because he'd be too embarrassed to hang around people that actually work out, like me.
But anyway, since we're talking about weights and we're talking about strength, right? Let's talk about Strongman Finance, but the real name that I gave to him, which is the name he deserves, Bedpan Finance. Okay.
So he claims I'm Bedpan Finance because I have these boring index funds and I'm going to be so poor in retirement that the only way I can generate income to sustain myself is by changing out old people's bedpans. Which, the ironic thing is, I guarantee you I have, way more money than he does in my boring index funds. So even if he does become a billionaire, a trillionaire, a zillionaire, I mean, AMC's just going to the moon, bro. It's going to the moon. Even if he becomes a trillionaire, I'm not going to be changing bedpans in retirement, okay? I maxed my tax advantage accounts. I'm going to be just fine, all right? I may not be a billionaire, but I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to be changing bedpans. But that's the funny thing. He has no idea how to actually properly invest, which is really sad. Maybe I could change his mind. We'll see.
You know what's funny about this guy? He really makes me laugh. He comes across so powerful in his videos, all this stuff. Index funds are going to make you millions in your future. That's the way to do it. There's no easy way. You build wealth over time, long term, and all that. And it's like he speaks with such confidence, right? And such conviction, right? But then
Yeah, because it's true, Apefather. It is very, very true. And it's funny that I have more money than you. But, you know, we don't have to compare portfolios. And I'm like, what, half your age?
he makes videos, I swear to you. He'll be like, diapers are too expensive. Like, he actually took a picture. He was in the supermarket, and he took a picture of diapers. Because he has a beautiful, the baby's beautiful. I will give him that. Beautiful baby. But he said the diapers were too expensive. Does that sound like a guy who's doing really well?
Completely out of context. So I was making fun of the Honest Company, which Jeremy LaFufu pumps, and their diapers were way more expensive than everybody else's. And my argument with that tweet, or whatever it was, the YouTube post, was that they're freaking expensive. Who's going to freaking buy this crap when you can buy a cheaper brand? That was the whole point of the post. But he latches onto these little things, and he blows them up into these big deals. Completely lies about them, and it makes it seem like, well, he's cheap with diapers, so index funds are bad. So you should YOLO all of your money into AMC. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm really convinced.
With his index funds, like, let's just put it to you this way. The percentage that AMC made today, over 20% in one day. 20%, over 20%, is more than his index funds will probably make in 5 to 10 years, right?
The market is up massively since last year. We've definitely had more than 20% returns. And, you know, the funny thing is, you know, just a quick aside, see this little blip here on the right? You see it? It's like beep, beep. That's that massive 20% return. So the stock is now trading at what, 29? I bet you his cost basis is in the 30s or 40s. So he's saying that the stock went up 20%, but it's been getting crushed over the last year. Just because a stock goes up after it's been crushed massively doesn't mean anything at all, okay? You can always, you know, nitpick, oh, everybody bought down here in the 5s and 6s. No, they didn't. Most of the clowns bought in at 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And now they're freaking down probably 10, 20, 30%. But you know what? Don't worry about that. You know, he's obviously right. I mean, just put all your money in AMC.
At least 5 years. Okay. But let's put that aside. Okay.
5 years? The market has had 10% compounded on average over the last, 100 years. So in less than 2 years, you would get 20%. And that's without paying taxes because you'd be in a tax advantage account. But, you know, who's counting?
Now he makes a video. He's doing some interview with some guy named Alex. I don't know who he is. Anyway, so he apparently wrote a book, Bedpan Finance. He wrote a book, okay, about index funds, all this stuff. So now I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's a pretty successful guy. He's got, I don't know, 2,000 subscribers almost. He's got, he's been doing this for a long time on YouTube. So I'm thinking he sold a pretty respectable amount of books. So the guy Alex says to him, listen, how many books have you sold? He's like, well, it all depends. Most of the time, nothing. He says, or maybe 10 books a month. It's good side money. It's good side money. It's good side money. Okay, so I have to take him down. You know when
See, I'm completely transparent. Yes, my book is not freaking Harry Potter, okay? I have a small channel. I mean, like, people think that, when you start something, you start a movement, you start a business, they think you're just going to automatically be selling trillions of books or making trillions of dollars. That's not how it works. You start small and you work your way up. And yeah, I've probably sold about 100, 150 books. Okay, what's the big deal? I wrote a freaking book because I know a lot of stuff about personal finance. And if this freaking fat clown actually read it, it might actually change his perspective a little bit. But I don't know, maybe I should send him a free copy of my book. Actually, no, I should. He needs to pay for it. I need to make money off him. But I think he would actually learn a lot from my book. But you see, he's like latching onto these little things. Well, he wrote a book, but he hasn't sold that many books, so therefore his whole life is a travesty. Ignoring that, whatever. I don't have to pump myself up.
Like Mike Tyson's got someone up against the ropes, and they're barely holding on. They can't breathe. They're like this. They're ready to be knocked out, and Tyson's waiting for that moment. Boom! Right in your freaking face, like LL Cool J style. I'm gonna knock you out. It's time for Apefather to knock Bedpan Finance out. I got
Could you imagine me and this fat greaseball in a freaking ring? God, I would annihilate him. You think I would be out of breath and he'd be just fine? That is comedy.
To take him out. If you consider, so let's talk about it. If you're selling 10 books a month, now how much do books cost? At the most, like $20? Like, I mean, most of the cases it's less than that, right? They normally do that scam, you know, $19.99 to make people mentally think they're spending less than $20, that 1 cent savings.
I actually do that.
It's on sale for $19.99. Okay. But then you got to take into account the money he had to spend to make the book, right?
$0.
You got to take into time the expense of what? Mailing out the book. So how?
I don't mail the books. Amazon prints them and mails them directly to you.
How much of a profit would you say he makes on $19.99? And that's assuming
it's about $5 a book, and it's pure unadulterated profit. I had no upfront costs. I wrote the book, I self-edited, I uploaded it to Amazon, and what happens is people go on there, they buy either a hard copy or they buy a ebook, and either gets delivered directly to them or it gets shipped to them. It gets printed and shipped to them. I don't pay a freaking dime for shipping or anything. Pure profit. But this is his understanding of the book industry, you know. And on top of that, it's just ironic that he's focusing on my book. On my book. I mean, it's like I don't do anything else in my life. And yeah, it's great side money. It's free freaking money. Pure profit. And just wait till my channel gets as big as yours. Or 10 times as big as yours. Think how many books I'm going to sell then, fat boy. I'll be making a lot of money off those books. I don't have to grift off people either.
he's even selling, he might be selling that for less than that amount. So I'm going to go high, okay? I'm going to go with $10. Now, I know it's probably less than that. He's probably making $5 a book, but I'm going to...
Good guess. Proud of him.
I'm going to give him like extra rope, okay? Which he's going to hang himself with.
I've been defeated, everybody. I wrote my own book, which everybody writes a book, which is full of amazing personal finance knowledge that I've learned over, 10, 15 years of investing and researching this stuff. Yeah, I'm just a total failure. My life's over, bro. I don't sell 1,000 trillion books, so there's just nothing else going on for me. What do you think his book would be about? Apefather!
Okay, so let's go with $10 profit, which is probably not the case. So if he's selling 10 books a month, he's making $100 a month.
Yeah, $100 a month side money for free, no upfront costs. Yeah, I'll take it.
A month!
Wait till my channel gets bigger, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's saying it's good side. Listen to me. Listen, you know that I went through problems in my life with my family, with my wife, with medical expenses. But no matter.
Yeah, I could see him having some medical expenses. Diabetes, blood clots, heart medicine, medication. I mean, this guy's a freaking disaster, physically and emotionally. But here's where we're starting to get into the meat of the video, where he brags about how much he spends, which shows me that he is the epitome of broke loser mentality, which will keep you poor and desperate and in poverty in your retirement years because you listen to clowns like this or act like clowns like this.
No matter what. Oh, by the way, AMC gave me a big present today. I made back like the $15,000 that I mean, not shares, but money. I made back like $15,000 today.
You didn't make anything. You didn't sell the shares.
But let's put all of that aside. Okay, I love AMC. I love you, AMC. I love my AMC A family, baby. But let's put all of that aside. When the Apefather goes out to eat, I spend somewhere between $200 to $300 because I eat like an ape king.
Obviously.
And I don't care. People say, oh, but what about your family? Listen, I have an addiction. You understand? Listen, food is my addiction. I'm not saying to you I'm proud of it. I'm not saying to you it's a good thing. But hey, there's worse things in the world. It's not like I take drugs, right?
I mean, even a fat greaseball like this doesn't have to spend $200-300 going out to eat. Someone that spends that amount of money, and he can't be a high earner. There's no way this guy makes a ton of money at his job. He makes a lot of extra money off his freaking YouTube. But instead of taking his YouTube money and maybe like investing it in, good investments like index funds and tax advantage accounts, he freaking blows it all on stuffing his fat gullet full of, high fructose corn syrup and trans fats. By blowing all his money and living the high baller life, he's never going to get ahead because he's literally burning future growth that he could use that money. He could have invested that money and made way more money going into the future. But instead, he freaking blows it all because I guess that makes him feel manly. Just burning money, just burning it left and right. That makes him feel tough and manly. It's freaking sad. You're never going to get ahead in life by doing something like that. That's why he's so desperate to sell this island and do this freaking t-shirts and the YouTube, which he gets ad revenue. I mean, he needs it. Without AMC, he would be absolutely nothing. He'd be desperate and in shambles without all the grifting that he's doing with AMC. Imagine the stress this man must have. Your entire portfolio is in freaking AMC. You have a family to support. You're probably down pretty massively in the stock, and you're trapped. And your only hope is that this stock has a mother of all short squeezes, hoping that hedge funds aren't doing anything to prevent that or to hedge their bets. His only hope is this stock. It is sad, okay? You don't want to be in a position like this where you have to be a freaking grifter, and just... What does he even do? He's a freaking cheerleader for a dying theater company. If you follow his advice and act like him, eat, be fat, be disgusting, blow all your money on garbage, you're going to end up like this, broke and desperate and basically locked into garbage investments. You don't want to end up that way. But, I got index funds, even though, my index funds are up, hundreds of percent because I've been investing for 10, 12 years, man, in tax advantage accounts.
I mean, it's not like I'm a criminal. I'm not going to get into that, right? Anyway, so I love food. Okay, by the way, I don't only eat that food. I feed my children that food, my dogs. Let me tell you, there were people who were jealous of my dogs. I go to this place, Doyle's. It's a bar, Irish bar here in the Jersey Shore, right? I walk in. The guy Smith, he left now. He was the manager. They replaced him. But I used to go in there all the time. Recently just relocated to another location. He used to tell me, Richie, you're buying all this steak. He goes, who's this for, you? I say, no, it's for my dogs. He goes, I wish I could come back in another life and be reincarnated as one of your dogs. That's how well I treat my dogs. They eat like...
He buys steak for his dogs. Yeah, you're going to get ahead doing that, buddy. Man, just, feed your dog steak and, pay for it by grifting off the AMC grift. Wow. Really respectable, buddy.
Kings and queens. Of course, I got a boy and a girl dog. I got a Shih Tzu and I got a Puggle. But getting back, Bedpad Finance thinks that $100 a month is good side money.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Thinks diapers are too expensive.
Honest diapers that Jeremy LaFufu pumps.
By the way, he thinks we're all dumb.
You are all dumb.
Thinks we are the stupidest people on earth that we invest in AMC. He thinks that we're all going down like the Titanic. Now, he wants to debate me. I accept your challenge. I accept it. Telly, if you see this message, let's set it up.
He keeps talking about this Teletubby person. I don't know who that is. I mean, I've been messaging him, like commenting on his YouTube. I like this freeze frame right here. I've been commenting on his YouTube. Let's go, bro. Email me. Come on my channel. We'll freaking debate. And I'll convince him to sell his AMC and buy Total World Index funds. But he hasn't gotten back to me yet. He's probably too busy, just shoving McDonald's down his throat.
Let's get this pansy chump, okay, to debate the real man, the real ape, the real investors, the AMC apes, baby, who are going to make a fortune. Because the MOASS is coming. AMC to Pluto.
What a sad man. Anyway, to tie this video up, I've already explained it. Don't be a big spender, okay? Especially when you're young. Okay, you can have fun. That's fine. But you also want to save a little bit. You don't want to blow all your freaking money on being a man, buying steak for my dogs. What a freaking moron, okay? He needs this grift. He is desperate. I think he's freaking crapping himself. I think he stays up at night stressing about AMC. Because he knows if he's wrong, it's freaking over, son. It is over. He will never, ever financially recover. But if you listen to a guy like me and you buy index funds and max your tax advantage accounts, oh my God, you might have a couple $1 million in retirement. And you don't have to stay up at night stressing about one stock that you YOLO'd into because of a freaking stupid movement that didn't change anything. Good job, apes. Anyway, that's it. This guy's desperate. Broke loser. Broke freaking loser. Let's see if he actually wants to debate me. I'll freaking tear him in half. probably like that. All right, have a good night. Chew!